Later this year in December, Bonhams is going to be selling some 40 jewels from the collection of Barbara Taylor Bradford. Each one has been carefully selected by Barbara herself and the jewellery team here in London. They're intensely personal. Each one tells a story, and more specifically they tell a story of Barbara's marriage to her husband of some 50 years, Robert Bradford. Barbara Taylor Bradford is probably one of this country's best known and best loved authors. She started writing, she says, when she was just 7 years old, but she first came to prominence with the publication of her probably most well-known novel, A Woman of Substance, in 1979. A Woman of Substance is still in the top 10 best-selling list of novels all time, having sold 32 million copies worldwide. She's gone on to publish 28 novels subsequently, 10 of which have been made into films or TV series, and they've starred the likes of Anthony Hopkins, Liam Neeson, Elizabeth Hurley and Jenny Seagrove, amongst others. In a writing career that spanned 4 decades, Barbara Taylor Bradford is still writing successful novels to this day. Her most recent novel, Secrets from the Past, was published just this year.
My father told me when I was a child, he gave me a string of pearls and he said you must always let them breathe. They should be out on your neck or not buried in a drawer. So why was all this buried in a drawer? Well, I didn't know, and then I realised that I was going to leave that jewellery to 2 of our female heirs, and they didn't really want it, I think, because they don't lead the kind of life that I lead, you know, as a well-known writer, and I'm out and about. So Bob and I decided it might be nice to auction it, and well, the money would be a little nest egg for them, and let somebody else enjoy those beautiful things. I happen to have a very generous husband, and he's really bought everything that is going on auction. And I did say, is that all right? Are you agreeing to this? And he said, yes, of course, I bought it, but I gave it to you. And it's yours, and you can do what you like with it. When I look at those things, and when I was really going back in time, because we're covering the 80s and the 90s, a lot of the memories of how he gave the piece to me sprang into my mind, and I was very, very amused and very happy, because I remember, for instance, we were once on vacation in Capri, and I was reading on the terrace of the hotel after breakfast, and he said, oh, I'm just going for a walk to buy a newspaper. And a little while later he returned with a large shopping bag full of newspapers, and he sat down. I said, you've been a long time. And he said, you know, it's very hard to find British papers on Capri. And I thought, oh, is it? And then he suddenly reached into the shopping bag and gave me a cream box, silk. And he said, now, I bought you some flowers. Flowers indeed. Sapphire, multicoloured sapphire flowers in a necklace. And he does things like that all the time, you know. He'll drop something in my lap and say, that's for your birthday.
Barbara, was it a wrench to sell your jewellery?
Everything that I looked at had a memory, and especially a sapphire ring that Bob had given me, and I thought of that occasion, and I had a beautiful sapphire brooch. Now, there was a wrench, but when I looked at the sapphire brooch, I thought, I wonder who it belonged to before me, because it was Edwardian. And he gave me an idea for a book, actually, of which I'm about to write the outline. But a wrench, yes, but at the same time, I'd enjoyed those pieces, and I'd had them for years, and a lot of times they had remained in the safe. So, you know, when you've owned beautiful things, and I still have quite a few beautiful things left, they shouldn't be in a safe. They should be being worn by another person, another woman, and she should enjoy it and love the piece, and the husband should buy it for her. Yes, I don't believe in buying your own jewellery if you're a woman.
Barbara Taylor Bradford's collection reflects her very personal and individual taste, and nothing better exemplifies this than this blackamoor brooch, bought from the celebrated Italian jeweller Codognato on a visit to Venice in the 1990s. When Robert pinned it onto Barbara's white jacket, she couldn't help but think of Shakespeare's Othello, and thus it was named her Othello brooch ever since. This stylish diamond bracelet from the 1950s, designed as an entwined ribbon, was given to Barbara at Shepperton Studios for writing the screenplay of Hold the Dream in 1986. In A Woman of Substance, the book's heroine Emma Hart is given emeralds to match her green eyes. In 1984, the same sentiment prompted Robert Bradford to give this impressive tourmaline pendant and ring to Barbara to celebrate their 21st wedding anniversary. Perhaps the most important piece from the Barbara Taylor Bradford collection is this elegant diamond single stone ring. Set simply by David Morris in a diamond encrusted mount, it has a 14-carat cushion cut diamond, G colour VS1. With the words, "When you wear this, you won't need to wear any other jewellery," Robert presented this to Barbara on the occasion of her birthday.